Go ahead and just lay down on your backs. Moving your props and water bottle, anything like that, down towards your feet. And just wind relieving pose. Once you get down, you can just bring your knees towards your chest. Maybe do a little twist action if it feels good. I like to do a little snow angel action to begin down here. After that, just bring your shoulders out from underneath your chest and then hands hover by your hips. So you raise them up, hover them over the floor on either side and overhead. Back and forth like you're making a snow angel. Feel your arms moving through imaginary snow, maybe even imaginary cement, sand, something that helps you create that isometric resistance. Feel any crunches, any speed bumps in the shoulders. You can just pause in those areas and pulse. Use your movement as a tool for self-massage, releasing those fascia adhesions, those muscles. And hands just release to your sides. Take your right foot up towards the ceiling. Let's go ahead and circle the foot. Release the ankle from all the standing work we did in part 1. Once you're complete with that, take the outer edge of that right ankle to your left leg. 4 shape in the legs, press into the thighs. If you want to go deeper, take that right hand between the thighs, interlace fingers behind the left leg, press right elbow into right leg. Make sure that right foot is flexed to protect the right knee as you draw the shape into your chest. Maybe draw your sacrum off the ground a little. Spread back down as you lift and release. Breathe into it. Open that piriformis, all the deep tissues in the glutes. And even interlace fingers around the shin if you want to draw it in even more. When you're complete with that side, release both feet back to the ground. Take the left foot up, point, flex, circle, release that wrist, or not wrist, ankle. And when you're ready, take that left ankle to the right leg, 4 shape, press into the thighs. If you want to go deeper, thread that left hand through the space between your legs and release behind the right foot. Flex the left foot to protect the left knee. Draw the shape into your chest. Press left elbow into left leg. Feel the glute open. Piriformis. Breathe into it. 3 deep intentional breaths is a good measure. Usually that can get us to about 30 seconds. Which is, again, the sweet spot in terms of research on what improves our range of motions. Release. There are, of course, different schools of thought on these things. From here, I invite you to take your feet out to the outer edge of your mat, arms to a T shape, just windshield wipe the knees side to side. If you want, you can drop them over to the right side for a moment, breathe there. If you want to go deeper, take that right ankle to left leg, flex the left foot to protect the left knee. Breathe, release, go to the other side, drop the legs to the left, breathe, maybe lift left ankle to right leg, flex right foot. All right. Now, taking the block, squeezing it between your legs. If you prefer a passive bridge, just put that block under your sacrum and rest here. Otherwise, squeeze that block between the legs. We're going to do a bridge. Really tuck those shoulder blades under the chest region. Squeeze the glutes. Tuck those heels in towards your glutes. Hands down by your sides. You can either wrap hands around outer of your mat or prepare to interlace them. But the bridge is really initiated from the glutes. You want to keep your face up towards the ceiling. Don't look side to side during this. You want to watch, and then get into it safely. So looking straight up, keeping space between chin and chest while the glutes initiate the movement up. Opening hip flexors towards the ceiling, maybe interlace fingers under the sacrum. Tuck those shoulder blades even more as the chest moves towards the chin, keeping space there. Squeeze the block, create space through the front body, leaving space behind the neck. And there'll be that natural nape of the neck. Squeeze the block some more, squeeze the glutes some more, squeeze. And release. Remove hands from there. Back your body, spread back on the floor. Move the block. You can either let knees tilt in towards each other for constructive rest, or bring your feet together, let knees open into that butterfly shape. Very nice. We're going to go ahead and roll to our sides, transition to a tabletop. We'll do the basics of a lunge into our hamstring stretch. So we're going to take the right leg, kick it up into that scorpion shape for a moment, draw it to the right side, and forward, kick it to that lunge position. If you need to curl those left toes under and lift that back leg, if that helps your knee, feel free. Lunge, if you can, just release that back leg for now. Take right hand inside or right arm inside that right leg. Left arm reaches up and over. Stretch through the side body. And now we're going to stretch that right leg straight as we fold forward. Now heel toe, or rather, excuse me, circle the toes to heel your way into the position that serves you. You can move that foot around, find the sweet spot for your hamstrings. While doing so, we're also releasing fascia at the back of the heel. That band of fascia actually wraps all the way from the bottom of our foot back behind us to the crown of the head. So surprising what can be done by just focusing on releasing fascia behind the foot and then pressing into your fingertips. This can help bring fluid to the joints of the hands. You want to keep them flat, so be it. But take a moment to breathe long in the spine, coming out at a diagonal over that leg. And then with the exhale, drop into it. Use the floor as leverage. Core hugs in, hips reach behind you. Again, you can be doing a standing version of this if it's too much weight on that back knee, but I find it is a lot. The stretch is different from the floor, and I like it this way personally. Take some time here, breathe into it. Maybe take that right hand to that quad. Press it out, massage it, pat it out. Maybe thumb goes to hip crease to draw the shape back. Inhale, getting long in the spine. Exhale, dropping. Hands to place. Drawing that leg back. Reset in table. Taking that left leg behind us, take it back, draw it to the side, then forward into the lunge. Remember your options here. Taking that left arm inside the leg, right arm up and overhead. Stretch the side body for a moment. And then fold forward as you straighten that left leg. Once you get there, circle the toes around, massage that heel, and move that foot where it needs to be to get into those hamstrings. Once you find that sweet spot, really breathe into it, get long in the spine of the inhale. Exhale to drop into the stretch. Feel sit bones reach behind you. Maybe take left hand to left leg, massage it, pat it out. Maybe thumb goes to hip crease to draw it back. Hands are places to the floor, drawing that left foot back. Taking a moment to really set up a stable table. Let's take that middle finger to the top of the mat. Every finger fans out from there. Every finger gets some of the weight, as well as the knuckles, to relieve the wrists. Eyes of the elbows rotate out if possible. This helps engage the shoulders. You can imagine floor repellent under the shoulders too, to help engage those lats, the shoulders, the arms. Let's carve space out in the back. Right navel comes up to the spine. Chin to chest, cat pose. Inhale, belly drops to the floor. Looking forward, cow. Exhale the cat. Inhale the cow. And make it a wave from the base of your spine through the top. Down towards cow once more. Very nice. Now we're going to go ahead and curl toes under, get into that downward facing dog pose. Again, checking with your hands. Every finger activates. Hands, arms, engage. Floor repellent under your arms. Core comes in, rib cage knits. Tailbone reaches towards the sky. Sit bones open. And then drawing your heels towards the floor. Then a wave here going between plank and downward dog. Feel the wave through your shoulders. Dropping your knees back to the floor. Hands walk out to the edge, fingers off the mat, heels of the hands on the mat. Just take a moment with the shoulder blades. Opening space between the shoulder blades, rounding the upper back, and then dropping chest to the mat, squeezing shoulder blades together. Those are a number of the things I would say are must-haves in a routine. There are several other things you can do, but for today, we'll finish with our closing series. First, just taking chin to the chest, open the back of the neck. Then facing the sky, kissing the sky. Maybe hands draw to chest, open up the throat, arch through the spine slightly to support the opening of the front body. Again, kiss the sky, stretch through the jaw. You can feel it open up here. I certainly can, especially with scar tissue from the surgery over here. Then back through center, hands walk out to the sides, drop from ear to shoulder, take a few breaths with this side of your neck. Gently pivot face towards floor, then towards ceiling. And inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. Breathe here on this side. Breaths. Maybe face towards floor. And up towards ceiling. And inhale through center. We take left arm across the body, shoulder drops. Open up the shoulder, then look side to side. Both ways twice. And then looking forward, draw that arm behind the head, tricep stretch. This can be done with any position in the lower body. I like to get into the thunderbolt pose. This one's a little more the modified thunderbolt, but you do whatever works in your lower body as you stretch the tricep. Maybe lean it over to get into the lat. Now coming upright, stretching arms long, other side. Right arm reaches across, left arm wraps under, make space, and then look side to side. And facing forward, arm draws behind the head, tricep stretch. If you can, really line up the eye of that elbow behind the crown of your head. And maybe lean it over to get into the lat. Coming upright, reaching up and then out. Then wrap your hands and arms around you. Give yourself a big hug. Give yourself pats on the back. You did it. Stretch and balance. Thanks for being with me at the Tonic Wellspring. I'm Tana, and until next time.
Be well.